All right, how y'all doing? Good Friday. Good not Friday, Thursday. Happy July the 3rd. It seems like it's Friday because it's a holiday. Well, y'all know we are here getting ready for the Reliable Representation Talk Show kicking off in a few minutes here. We have a very interesting show this evening. I don't know what's on the agenda, what the topics are gonna be. I guess we just gonna freestyle it, right, Ms. Bowman?
So we're going to because I don't have my church announcements tonight.
Oh Lord have mercy. No church announcements. So thank y'all as always for hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure. Okay. All right, y'all. They're getting this queued up in just a moment. Um, mhm. All right, we got some people tuning in. Y'all just hang with us. We coming on the air in just a moment. We're a little bit behind.
Happy pre-4th of July.
Pre-4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got fireworks.
I don't. Do you?
I don't have any. But one of my communities, they're doing a fireworks show, so I might take on some fireworks out there. And support our people. And
He thinks he works for Cadence Bank, Regions Bank,
yeah, everybody.
Jackson Area Federal Credit Union.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're going live in just a moment. We're trying to figure out what's going on here. But y'all stay tuned. Get you a cold drink. What is a cold pop? What you say? I was trying to give me a cold pop. Ain't nobody got time for Get you a cold pop. All right. I guess we're going to be going live today in a moment now. What's going on, Mr. Hobson? What's going on with you? Got Hobson junk removal around
He
here.
beat Miss Darlene on here.
He to be Miss Darlene on here. Miss Darlene, Mr. Hobson beat you. Miss Darlene probably on here. We just don't see her yet. But Miss Darlene. All right, y'all. We going live in a moment. Hang on with us. All right, good evening, House District 66, Hinds County, Byram, Terry, Raymond, Utica, and surrounding areas. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Reliable Representation Talk Show. Got a very interesting show lined up, and y'all see Miss Bowman over here sitting next to me with her black on and her little sunflower or butterfly brooch. And
he always got something. If he doesn't say anything, you better check and see if he doesn't have a fever.
Y'all.
He's been at the Mississippi State Capitol. You are Mississippi White House.
Mississippi White House. That's right.
Look,
That's
y'all.
right.
He got on his.
I'm official day. That's right.
He don't have his suit on today.
I had it on.
He was up there standing on business.
I had it on yesterday, not today. Hey there, cuz. This is my cousin Sharon Woodard, and thank you for tuning in, cuz. So tell how has your day been today? I heard you had an eventful. I'm gonna put a chat. Y'all, Miss Bowman had a bad experience at a restaurant today. I thought she was gonna drive her car through the restaurant. But moving on ahead. So good evening to you, Miss Erica Jones, all the way from Byron, Mississippi.
Hey, Erica.
Yes, so y'all know I represent the city of Terry, and today I was gonna go and say hello to the mayor, see how the mayor is getting settled in. Just pop up. See, that's what you always tell people when you're going somewhere. Don't just pop up. I went down there, Terry City Hall closed. They left at 12.
Why would you be going down there today anyway?
Just to go and just check in to see how our new mayor doing, see how our aldermen are doing, alderwomen, I'm sorry, are doing. But it's important to stay connected.
Okay.
Especially when you have people, I know how it is being newly elected, and you just have to have somebody to lean on sometime and answer questions and things like that. And so yeah, Erica has shut it down, had the lights off and everything. And they got all those papers across the door.
That reminds you of some of Yazoo did. Or Mount Value?
No, you know where it reminds. All right, y'all. So what do we have going on? That first we want to.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was I don't even remember what I did. I didn't do anything.
They had a public service meeting. They did. Him and Commissioner DeKeitha Stamps. They had a meeting.
That's right.
He remembered.
I forgot about that. So we had a meeting with Energy. It was me, Senator Blunt, Representative Stephanie Foster, and Commissioner DeKeitha Stamps. But we met with Energy's leadership team, and we brought them out to the community, out to Utica, Mississippi. And we brought our constituents out so that our constituents could address their concerns that they have with the unreliability of the services. And we found out that some of our people out there are without electricity for 3 to 5 days sometimes. And so we just really wanted to let we hear the complaints from our constituents, but we feel that it would make a more powerful impact for our constituents to tell Energy directly how they're feeling. And so we spent about an hour and a half, about 2 hours out there. Energy, they answered questions and started talking about things that are going to start happening. And so ultimately, when the meeting summed up, we told them that meetings that you don't take action after don't solve anything. So we're asking them to develop a plan of action and give it to us, pretty soon, as to what we're going to do to improve our power infrastructure out there, and also get some vegetation control, because what's going on is the pine beetles have, during the drought, the pine beetles have destroyed a lot of trees. And these trees that are right along the right of way are falling over every time we get a storm. And so we don't do something soon, it's going to be even a bigger problem, that we're experiencing now. So we just have to be forward thinking. I definitely want to commend and thank Commissioner Stamps. He was very vocal. He talked about a proposed rate increase that Energy was asking for that he voted against. And he told them, I voted against this because you're not giving people adequate services. So how can you go up on their rates? But we're going to hang in there, and it's going to all be good. And so I'm excited to get this report from Energy and be able to communicate it to my great constituents. And there we go. Ms. Darlene Wilson is here. Ms. Darlene, Mr. Hobson beat you on here this evening. Now, Ms. Darlene, don't let nobody beat you on here next Thursday now. You got to be the first one. So did that this weekend. Also want to say a very, very big congratulations to Mayor John Horn, Jackson's new mayor. It is a breath of fresh air over the city of Jackson right now. You can feel the energy, you can feel the momentum, and you can see the people coming back to the city to invest in the city. And so everybody out there, we are going to get behind our mayor. We're going to support our mayor. We're going to speak positive things about our mayor. We're going to speak positive things about our city. That's the only way that we are going to grow. Now, it's okay if things are not going the way they should be going. It's okay to have those conversations, but we're going to have to give Mayor Horn time to come in. This is not going to be an overnight fix, cleaning up, the things that have been neglected. It's not going to be an overnight fix, but I'm confident in his leadership. I'm confident that he's going to be able to move this city forward. So you want to add any remarks over there?
I think it was very, very good. I thoroughly enjoyed the gala. I agree the energy is relatively high right now, and I think that people are definitely appreciative of the change in leadership. Looking forward to some new things, as you alluded to. We do want to ask for everyone's patience. As you know, you switching gears with administrations. There are a lot of kinks that he has to work out, and definitely there are some things that he's going to change, and maybe some, other ironing out wrinkles that he must do. But as Representative Nelson said, let's support him. Any issues, make certain you use the first lines of defense, contacting the individuals that you have the issues with first. If that then does not resolve, then I highly recommend that you direct your contacts as far as an email or other point of professionalism, manners, should I say, to address your concerns. But definitely, I feel the energy, and I'm excited to see what's to come.
And I also want to add something that I really like to see was when we made it to his swearing-in ceremony, none other than our governor, Governor Tate Reeves, our Lieutenant Governor Delbert Holzman, were present for the inauguration, and our governor actually brought a welcome. And that speaks volumes, and this shows that the state is getting ready to get back involved with the city of Jackson. Because believe it or not, we need resources from the state to do the things that we need to do in our city. And I'm happy to know that the relationships are being mended and they're being fixed so that we all can work together for the betterment of our city.
Totally agree.
And I also want to say hello to Miss Carol White from Chattanooga, Tennessee. All right. I told y'all we worldwide over here on Reliable Representation. So we had that, and also want to congratulate all of the other newly elected officials that took office on July 1. We have a new mayor down in Terry that took office. We have 2 new alderwomen in Terry, here in Jackson, we have one new alderman and one new alderwoman in the city of Jackson. In the city of Byram, we have a new alderman on the board of aldermen in Byram. So I am excited to work with the people from the past as well as the new people. Excited to get to work. I went out. I was invited yesterday to Central Mississippi Plan and Development District, the CMPDD. I've heard of it, but I never knew exactly what it is they did. But I want to say that to people, everybody out here, make sure that your elected officials are taking advantage of the programs and the trainings and things that are offered. I learned so many things from them. They give money for seniors. Like you're gonna do programs for seniors. They have money for that. They have money for all type of community events. They have grants. They teach your elected officials how to go after grants for funding for projects. So it's a great resource. And every one of the newly elected officials in District 66 was there. And that made me very proud seeing that they're coming in and becoming a sponge. They want to absorb all of the information that is out there. And so I definitely want to commend CMPDD for the outstanding work that they do as far as keeping our elected officials, local elected officials, involved and engaged.
So that was your day yesterday.
That was my day yesterday. Something else happened yesterday, didn't it? What else happened yesterday? I think I had a few things I did yesterday, but that was a highlight of my day.
Okay, that was a highlight of your day.
That was
so what do you have planned for this Independence Day weekend?
So I will not be cooking tomorrow. I'm going to find some food somewhere. So if anybody got food, I'll just please invite me so you can give me a plate. But I am returning to my hometown on July 5th for the 50th Yazoo Day, where I am the guest speaker on Saturday on July the 5th. And so that's truly an honor to go back home to where it all started, where it all began. And so that's what my weekend looks like. And after that, other than that, just rest. Get caught up on some much needed rest for sure. Hey there, Miss Marjorie Roberts. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. What about you? How many plates you got lined up for tomorrow?
So you're not going to talk about my back, my arms. I don't look that big today, do I?
No, you don't. What you talking about? Ain't nothing wrong. You were doing good.
Yeah, he's trying to be funny, you all, but
ain't no wrong with collecting plates. It's the holiday. Come on now.
It is not a holiday. We celebrated Juneteenth. We are not actually supporting fully Independence Day, but I still observe it because it's.
So Jackson State University, Ms. Bowman will be at work tomorrow because she's not celebrating. So that's it. So you can't pick and choose what you want. So you and everybody out there,
Jesus.
Everybody listen, do not give her any barbecue tomorrow since you're not celebrating.
No, because barbecue flares in my acid reflux. So you're all right about that. But however, if you are having any additional sides, like please call me.
Baked beans, potato salad, French fries.
I don't eat potato salad, but if you have baked beans or coleslaw or some French fries or some fish. Yeah.
Now, how are you gonna be going to get some food from somebody's house and tell them what the menu's supposed to be?
If you would cook, I could, write down the menu now so we can go to the grocery store.
It's too hot to turn the stove on. It's too hot out there. But I hope all of our listeners are have plans and spend time with your family, shoot fireworks, and like you said, Juneteenth. That is our holiday.
I still celebrate.
It is
Independence Day.
Absolutely. A lot going on, and
because Abraham Lincoln said what?
He said a lot.
Yeah, he loves to quote people. That's why I brought up
July 4th. Well, Abraham Lincoln. Excuse me, July 4th. Abraham Lincoln.
He remembers. You also carrying on. So this is the next thing we want to talk about. We are gearing up for school. Everyone knows we're gearing back up for school. So have some new superintendents, new school board members, I'm told, in different areas or municipalities, should I say. So you all make certain that you are supporting your local school districts in every aspect that you possibly can. So So my pastor say, make certain that you're at home doing what you're supposed to be doing as a parent, and that way you don't have to go to the school with your bonnet, your rollers, your flip flops, your PJs,
And the flat swallowing hand.
if you want to take a class to confront any of the teachers and/or administration. Make certain that you are gearing up, preparing your children mentally as well as academically for this new upcoming school year. Myself, Representative Nelson, and Mr. Hobson are planning a back to school community cleanup kickball. So it's going to be the first Saturday in August. The flyer be approaching on social media next week. Make certain that you come. Now, the goal of it is to assist the needy, not the greedy. So if you've already visited 3 other back to school bashes, try to give somebody else an opportunity to come out. We also are looking for sponsors, and we're looking for vendors. And unfortunately, like any other, back to school or venue or event hosting, you can become a vendor. You don't even have to pay. All you got to do is come or bring a book bag. If you don't bring a book bag, bring some school supplies. That's all required. Come, because I want every entrepreneur to be able to make their own money and not have to pay us for anything. But we are looking for sponsors. So if you wanted to sponsor anything for as t-shirts, buying the volleyball nets, the volleyballs, providing trash bags, Keep Jackson Beautiful is going to do their part. But if you want to do anything additional, definitely reach out to me on social media. And let's start early supporting our school district. Let's show our principals and our administration team that we are ready and we are 110% behind them so that we can ensure academic excellence in 25-26 school year.
All right, look, I definitely want to shout out our new superintendent of Hinds County School District,
Yes.
Dr. Shears. He has hit the ground running. He
Love
sent out a letter yesterday or either the day before yesterday, just talking about his vision, things that he's looking to do different within the district. And I saw one of the things that I talked to them about a while back,
Okay, what was that?
dual enrollment,
Okay.
where like the program, what is the APAC program that
JPS.
JPS has. So he wants to start having conversations to figure out how we can bring that to Hinds County School District
Good.
so that our seniors will be graduating with a high school diploma and an associate's degree.
Wow.
And so definitely that is
Early college.
that's it. That's
Okay.
forward thinking, and that's what our districts need. Somebody that's thinking ahead. The prior administration told me that, well, we have that already. I said, no, then dual credit is not the same thing as early college. So Dr. Shears, if you're listening or anybody knowing, please let him know that we are very impressed with the work he's doing, and we're going to be right there to work alongside him and make sure that our students down at Hinds County School District have everything that they need.
Totally agree. And I do want to say this, you all, for our men, if you I'm quite certain if you're a male, you've been a father or father figure to some child, please this school year adopt, mentor one child. Let's keep less children on the streets and more of them in the schools. So if we provide them the tools that they need to be successful, then they don't have to go out and rob, steal, and that lessens the work that Chief Wade and Sheriff Tyree Jones has to do and the other small municipalities have to do as far as patrolling, because we're actively engaging our children in something that's positive for them to do. So if you're a male, our Black men have been stigmatized. So I definitely want to highlight that. Make certain that you are finding you one child, elementary, middle, high school, that you are making a commitment to yourself that you're going to mentor this academic year in whatever capacity. If that's just teaching them how to, what we do it, Friends Jackson, what did you all do? How to tie a tie.
How to tie a tie.
So something simple as that.
How to handshake, how to give a proper handshake.
Correct. So make certain that you all definitely, you men, it's time for us to, step up. Well, men, not time for us. I'm sorry, time for you all to step up and, play your active role in society. Definitely, again, going back with the new energy that Mayor Horn has brought in, we want to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, we want to, and we are going to keep it going. It's the only way. And, what you said, definitely our young men need guidance, especially our young men that come from a single home. And that's not saying anything bad about that. However, there's some things that a mother can't teach, a mom can't teach their son. And there's some things that a father figure should be, like you say, tying a tie. Probably how to properly greet a person, how to properly shake a hand. And so that's important. We have to, we talk about things that are happening in our community. We got to stop talking and start doing action.
Correct.
And you would be surprised how you just spend 5 minutes with a child, how they can change their whole trajectory of their life. because they say they feel like they're not seen. They feel like they're not heard. Nobody cares about them. So just a little bit of attention goes a very, very long way.
Definitely, definitely. And so we also want our elected officials get involved. Let's stop waiting until a year or 6 months before it's the next election, and you're actually going around visiting and doing, your due diligence to get reelected. Let's start now. Um, find a child that you're going to purchase school supplies for, and make certain that you are ready for that, or preparing that child for everything that they need for the new school year, as an elected official, because being an elected official is more than putting the sign up and going around, as I oftentimes mess with Fabian, and says having a logo on your shirt that says you are representing whatever title role that you're doing. That's more to it. That's just the easy work. The other tough work is getting your hands and your feet dirty, is getting out in your communities and actually serving people. And I'm not talking about serving by stating, "Hi, my name is Dr. Brittany Bowman, and I'm a collegiate graduate of Jackson State University, Mississippi College, and I have 4 degrees, and I'm currently holding the title." Like all that, people don't need the fanfare. People need you to be relatable to them. Hey, I'm Brittany. I'm here to serve you. And what can I do to be of assistance to you? That's what people are looking for. Just everyday, realistic people. We don't need the fanfare with the titles. We don't need the actual accolades and acronyms behind your name. None of that is important. But what is important is the way that you treat people and how you're being a service to people. And so I want to command everyone to take advantage of that while you're serving as an elected official, because a lot of you, I'm noticing just on the outside looking in, your personalities and how you're approaching everyday people. These people may not have the titles as you, but they're still human. They're God's children, and they deserve that same dignity and respect. So you all, let's get outside the titles and let's get to work, because there's a lot of work that Mayor Horn can use. Well, a lot of work for it that he can use our hands with to assist in accomplishing in our city.
That is it. You said a mouthful with that. It's time we got to roll our sleeves so we get out there and get some work done.
Yes.
Not behind a desk, not behind a computer, not behind the phone, but out there in your community, getting to know the needs of your community, the needs of your people, and what they have going on, because we have a lot of stuff going on around us.
We do.
A lot of stuff going on around us. So, and please just continue to pray for your elected officials.
Correct. Definitely.
We need prayers. Today, Congress just passed the big ugly bill. They call it the big beautiful bill, but the big ugly bill is what I'm going to call it. And of course, it went to the Senate. The Senate passed it with an amendment yesterday, so to come back to the House of Representatives, and they passed it at the House of Representatives. So now it's headed to the president's desk for signature.
Wow.
This is going to affect childcare, healthcare, our SNAP program.
Oh, wow.
It's gonna education. It's affecting every facet of government. And so, hey, what's going on, Sonia Scott? All right, there we go, Miss Sonia over there.
Hey, Miss Scott.
They got Deaconess Scott over here. But this bill is going to be detrimental, and that's one thing I've been telling people about here the longest for the past few months. Is we sitting here, we're focusing on all this stuff that's happening in Mississippi. Stuff happening here is nothing like what's going on the federal level. This stuff is minor stuff. Of course, we pay attention to what's going on here, but we need to watch what's happening in Washington, D.C. closely.
Wow.
And so I've told that they put triggers in this bill. And I'm like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I hadn't read the bill, but I didn't vote. So I had to read it, but she voted, didn't read it. But I haven't read the bill yet. And primarily, I didn't read it because she did say that.
I know. That's why I got to when she said it.
Now, y'all will never hear me say that about a bill here in Mississippi, because I read all of our bills. But I haven't read it because they changed them so much. And so I wanted to wait until the final product and then kind of read through it. But it's but they're telling me that there are triggers in this bill and the law, which will soon be a law. And what the triggers are doing is a lot of the real bad stuff, it will go into effect in the year 2029 after the Donald Trump is out of office, of course. So it'll fall on the next president that's there. But it's my hope that it can be repealed prior to the bad stuff happening. Now, there's a lot of bad stuff that's going to happen day one, but it's a lot. I think it's a lot to deal with a lot of the funding. I think, but
Wow.
but I'll give y'all a full update on that. There's gonna be a whole Facebook Live about the big ugly bill. Um,
Don't allow him to do it. Don't allow him to do
we need to, and it goes to, like we said, holding our elected officials accountable.
it. Definitely.
Mississippi, it's time to wake up, and it's time to realize all of our delegation from Mississippi voted in favor of that bill, except for Congressman Benny G. Thompson.
Wow.
He voted against it. He said I saw on Facebook when he was getting ready to vote yesterday. He said, "For me, it's going to be a hell no."
Wow.
And so we need to pay attention. And what we're seeing now is we see a lot of people here are upset with their representatives and their senators because they're seeing how this is going to affect their life. You know, people always want to stand on the sideline and say,
Spectate.
and spectate. Oh, that's not going to harm us, so I don't care. It's not going to affect me. You have to, if you have any piece of legislation that's going to adversely affect any group of people or any other person, you need to stay away from, because it's their day today. Tomorrow is going to be your day, one of your family members' day. You don't even know your great grandkids can be affected by the stuff that's happening. So we have to treat everybody with dignity, fairness, and, like you said, and respect.
Mhm.
Everybody's human. None of us are better than anybody.
Mhm.
We all cut us. We all gonna bleed red. You know what? We're gonna be right there in the cemetery, and in the cemetery, you can't say that this is what this is the this first class section, the elite section. It don't matter. And even if you do have an elite section, guess what? You still gonna be closed up in their casket and hole in the ground. Ain't gonna know where you are.
Right.
And so we gotta get back and start seeing humans for humans, and you know, it's just we have a long way to go, you know, in our country, but we're gonna keep on pressing forward. I'm not gonna let it stress us out. We're not gonna worry about it, but we are gonna continue to be vocal. We're gonna get people engaged, and registered to vote, making sure that people are doing their civic duties, which is going out there to vote. Your voice is your vote. If elections weren't that important, you would not see all of these systems in place to disenfranchise people from voting. But you tell me that you lose your right to vote, it's so many ways that you can lose your right to vote. So that lets us know that they have that in place because they don't want you to vote. And that's what makes me go to the poll every time it's an election. I say I'm voting for the people that want to vote that can't vote. I'm voting for my ancestors that walked 4 or 5 miles to the poll. My ancestors that had to pay a poll tax. My ancestors that had to tell how many jelly beans were in the jar as part of the test so that they can go and vote and register to vote.
Totally agree.
All right, y'all. Well, that's going to be a wrap for us. Time flew by fast today.
Indeed.
I'm going to let Miss Bowman sign us off. She over here.
He just, Lord, I'm so glad he's still in the land of the living.
I am.
And he's doing a little better, but still don't overbear him with the emails, the texts, and the calls. My number's still the same, 601-421-0877. I'm still on constituent service duty. We'll let you know when he's returning back to full duty. But again, be safe. Enjoy your Independence Day holiday. And be safe this weekend. Definitely go praise the Lord at somebody's worship center on Sunday.
Praise the Lord.
He has been great to us. We've made it to the 7th month of 2025. And so thank him that we are still here on top of the ground.
That's right. We are being, seen and not viewed. Y'all take care. Be careful with the fireworks out there. And make sure you be safe. Don't burn your house down. All right.
If you do, call Representative Nelson.
I'll be there. One call. That's all. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. As always, y'all have a very happy 4th of July weekend, Independence Day, whatever you want to call it. Y'all have a great holiday. We'll see y'all next week, same time, same place.
Bye.
Hey, good evening, Miss Lawson. We're getting off now. Miss Lawson missed us. Miss Lawson, please go back. You can watch the feed.